What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vazslap here. It is another episode of the Monaco Youth Challenge. Guys, it's getting gritty. It's getting intense. And I know I say this at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say it again. This is the most difficult challenge that I've ever done on any FM. It's crazy. Anyway. Hit subscribe, get notified to stay up to date with all content that comes up on the Vazslap Challenge. Leave a comment down below as well. Leave whatever you like, guys. It just helps the algorithms a lot. So please do that for me. Without further ado, let's run that intro. Well, folks, we're back for some more Monaco Youth Challenge, which I must say, guys, this has been one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to do in Football Manager. It is extremely difficult to get a good, solid under-21 squad to win League Earn. We have really struggled a lot in terms of just keeping players happy, in terms of just signing good young players that can develop quickly, which has been the main issue that I've had. Before we jump into any of it and all, let's have a look at how we've played. Of course, last time out, we had those 3 games in the Champions League. We did end off with a loss to Troyes, which wasn't great. We then went on to beat Brest 2-0, which was a good result. And then, of course, in the league, we lost to Nantes 1-0. Stade Rennes was a bit of a frustrating game for us where we drew 1-1. But then we did go on a couple of good victories, beating Angers 3-2. It was a fantastic little result from us there. They did go 2-1 up in this one, but we had the resiliency to fight back hard. And then we opened the floodgates, beating Metz 6-1. Logbo picking up 2 goals there to get back onto goal-scoring form. Yannick Dodo getting another goal as well. And then we went on to beat Lyon in the Coupe de France, 6-0, Logbo getting a hat-trick for that one. And then we also beat Châteauroux 5-0 with that one. Logbo picking up another 2. So that's, 11 goals. No, am I lying? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals. There we go. My maths just went off there in 3 games for Logbo, which was absolutely fantastic. But then we went back to the league and we did lose 2-1 to Nice. And most recently losing to Lille in the league 1-0 with thanks to a Lenny Yoro header. In the Champions League, we have qualified for the knockout stage. I don't know how, though, but we did. We did land up beating Sporting 1-0. They were 9 men after 55 minutes, and we still only managed to score 1 goal in the first half in the 13th minute. We just couldn't score more goals in this game. We were all over them and just couldn't put it in. In other results, we did beat Cluj 2-1, a little bit unconvincingly victory. Thanks to Quattaro goal and an own goal for that one. But then we did suffer 2 big losses. First one to Atletico Madrid. We lost 4-0 in that one. And then most recently in the Champions League, lost to Bayern Munich 2-0. We gave away a silly penalty in the end. We only had 1 shot in this entire game. So I'm not too concerned about that. We made it through to the Champions League. Of course, we need to focus on the league. And in terms of the league, though, guys, I've got some bad news. We're sitting in 8th, 4 points from 6th, a lot of points away from PSG, who are running away from the title yet again. So I feel like this season's pretty much a write-off. With that being said, for the future episodes, I think I might just focus on the cup competition and see how that goes. So today, we are going to play the Stade Reims game. I'm then maybe going to play these 2 league games off camera. Maybe just quickly record like the highlights. Maybe we get that sort of action. And then go to the first game against FC Porto. Those are 2 games we're going to feature. If we do very well in the FC Porto game, I might show you just the highlights of this one as well. If I can condense everything into the video. Depending on what action we get from Reims and Porto. Before we get to all of that, there's some transfer news. Of course, we just had a transfer deadline. And we're going to start off with probably the biggest shocker, and that's Yannick Dodo going to FC Porto. He had a very good run for us towards the end there. 15 played, 4 goals, 2 assists. He was playing well, but Porto came knocking with a 5.25 million offer. The board said we have to do it, so they did. Another big one, Marvin De Lima on loan with Hanover. So this one, because he turns 22 in April, I thought it's just a no-brainer to try and get rid of him earlier. There's an optional fee of 2 million on that one. And then just a few other players, Dong, Traore, and Shaib, all going out on loan. Dong, another one of those that's turning 22 next season. So maybe just an option. If he has a really good run at Powell, they can spend the 1 million and bring him in. Shaib, he just wasn't getting game time at that left-back position. Very, very good development, but he is 21 years old. He is turning 22 in the summer, so he's probably one that's going to be out the door. They didn't want to do the optional fee, though. And Traore, who just is not developing as well as I'd hoped he had developed, and we had brought in a little bit of extra replacement, so he's out on loan as well with an optional fee of 1 million. And then just one player I want to mention. I'm not sure how he got through my system, but we've got Marco Celenza from Italy, Luxembourg, 16-year-old. I don't know how he got into the team, so I've just loaned him out because we can't sell 16-year-olds just yet. So he needs to turn 17, and then I'll try and sell him off. I don't know how he got through the system. Maybe I accidentally signed him from the youth recruitment, but that's how it is. In terms of bringing players in, though, we have managed to bring in quite a few players. We've brought in 6 players in total. 2 of them are strikers. Enzo Fati, a young up-and-coming striker, 18 years old, looking for the future for this one, as well as Ibrahim Kanate, who will probably get some game time. Kanate, Fati, not so much. Kanate, I think, is the better of the 2 players. He's sort of the replacement for Dodo, I suppose. And the fact that Efekele and Logbo are probably going to be out next season. Then just some extra recruitments in the defense, because we have been a little bit leaky in the defense. We brought in Joachim K. Sander, who I feel could potentially be a good replacement in the future. So he's just on loan, trying him out. And then another loanee we've got in is Al Shadili Bitsuabi from Man City. That's right, former PSG guy coming in here, just on loan, just to help a little bit on that left flank, since De Lima and Shaib are both gone now, and that leaves Katara on his ace. And then a good centre back as well, if we just want to throw him in there, which I probably will for the first game. And then 2 permanent signings that we've done. We'll show this. The one that I'm more excited for is Matteo and Saleme. 3.4 million. Very, very good centre-back. Obviously, the replacement for Fayed once Fayed leaves. And Kari, of course, leaving as well next season. So we've got to sort them out. We've got him in, and another guy who's going to partner Perret up front. And that's in the attacking advanced playmaker role is Martin Lessieur. Definitely one for the future. And the reason I've brought him in is, unfortunately, Ben Segur, who still has about 2 more seasons with us, I feel, only 20 years old, wants to leave the club. He has put in a transfer request, promised to sell him. He just wants to move on to something better, in his words, something a bit more of a challenge. So that is unfortunate, because he has by far been our best player. In fact, he won the Golden Boy Award this season after 6 goals, 3 assists, and a 7.19 rating. I am still going to play him this season, though, because he didn't leave in the transfer. Nobody wanted to pay the 35 million or his fees, his wages. Apparently, he wanted around 45,000, so that's a bit good for us. He is contracted until next season at least, so we'll try and sign him off in the summer when he turns 21. Ideally, I'd like to give him a new contract, but obviously he doesn't want a new contract. So that is unfortunate. Oh, a lot of news. Another one I want to actually mention is Pepe Cabral. He is pleased that he's going to get some game time. I've brought him back from his loan. He was at Concremenu, played very well as a defensive midfielder at 6.95. So he's come in there just to help out the midfield a little bit, get some game time in those roles, because I feel like Cabral and Sane are going to be my future 2 players going into that position. Sane going to obviously replace Kari, although they don't have a lot of flair. I feel like they could be potentially the better of the players going forward. Let's get to our game, guys. We're taking on Stade Reims. They're up next in the 11th round of the Coupe de France. It's like 14 rounds in this one. We obviously don't have a striker since Dodo got taken out. Conte will come in that position for now. I do want to bring on some players into the bench, some of the new guys into the bench as well. Lesur can come in there. Batuabi can come in for Boyer, and Sander can come in for Ulrich. Sander and Boyer are going to just be dropped to the second team. I just don't feel like they're going to develop any better than what they currently are, so they are going to be out. And then Anselmale can come in as well. Bombare. Because he can also play attacking midfielder if we do need him, so I think it'll be a good option to have going forward. And then I am going to bring Ben Segura, who was injured for a while. He's going to come back into the squad and replace Giroud, going back to his normal attacking midfielder with Perret on the left-hand side. He has played quite well on the left-hand side. Perret. So he is still on loan. I am going to try and sign him permanently. We do have some tired legs out there. So you know what I'm going to do? Bituabi can come in and get his debut there. Kari is not looking 100% fit. So we'll bring in Samala to get his debut. And then Perret also not looking 100% fit. So we'll bring in Lassier. Logbo not looking fit either. So I'll bring in Efekele to play on the right. I just want my guys to be 100% fit because we do have a lot of games coming up. So I don't want to really just overexpose them a little bit. Too much there. And I'm going to keep Gomes and Zeze. Zeze hasn't been playing extremely well the last few games, so I'm going to give him one more run in the cup so you can see a sea of yellow. I don't like that. 4 yellows in a row. Gomez has been a little bit better, a little bit worse, sorry, in 5 bad games, but I don't really have a proper left-footed back. I can bring in Saar for Gomez, who has played actually a lot better. You know what? Let's bring in Saar for Gomez. I'm going to do it. Let's go for Saar. Let's do that. Break up that centre-back pairing a little bit. Mireles has produced some goods at right-back. He has been actually quite good in terms of playing at the right-back position. Has picked up an assist there. 13 games at right-back. The problem is Kumbedi has been injured for a lot of the time with his 4 assists and 3 goals. Mireles is stepping up. Let's go to the game. Right, game is underway at the... we are playing at... No, we're not. We're playing at Stade Reims. An away game for the Coupe de France. Like I said, you know, in the build-up, I'm going to focus more on the cup competition because I feel like the league is done. Which does mean we've got to rebuild for next season. And hopefully this is the core that we can use to get there because we've got the guys to replace the 21-year-olds at least for next season. The big question is whether I'll have a job at the end of the season, with Belade now running down the wing for Stade Reims across to the back post, and Darme easily puts that away there. That was absolutely poor defending there from Bituabi. He let him run right through the left back. Not ideal start for us. 7 minutes in. Who was that? It wasn't actually. It was Morales on the right. Sorry. Was the right-hand side. Not ideal for Morales there. You need to pick up your man. Not really a defensive-minded player as much as Kumbedi is, because Kumbedi is quite defensive. So Morales is more of the attacking type of a forward fullback. So that is something we're going to have to look for next season, because Kumbedi, I think, is 21 as well. So we might need to change that. They've just scored another goal through a corner. This is not going well. This is definitely not going well at all. It was a very easy header from Okuno. He had so many bodies in his way, and he somehow just leaped above everybody to get in there. For goalkeeping department, I did try Restus again. We had some funds to try him, but they wanted £119 million to sign him. Even though he's on the transfer market and he's requested to leave, they really are playing hardball to lose to get rid of him. So we had to stick with Rivera there, who hasn't been bad, to be honest. Our defense has been a bit leaky, which is the problem. The goals that he's conceded haven't been absolutely horrible goals. But Tuabi, who is one of those guys to come in to help the defense a little bit, with Zeze cutting inside, goes for the chance. Juf picks up a good save. It actually went over. He didn't even save it. I'm going to use that little dugout thing there just to say hit early crosses so we can get more in there. Conte is not a short man by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he's at 176. He's my height. He's a bit short. Is Fekele short? He's also 176. We've got two very short guys there. That's why we're not connecting our crosses. But at halftime, it is 2-0 to Stargams. I'm not happy with anything. I am going to make some swaps at halftime. I don't like the way Kante has played. We're going to bring on Logbo. We're going to need that extra bit of oomph up front. Maybe I went a bit too much in terms of just substitutes when I rotated the squad a little bit. We'll bring in him, and I'm going to bring in Katara for Saar, and I'm going to push Batsuabi into the centre-back position. Let's try that. I've made 3 swaps at halftime. We've got to go for it. We have to go for it. There's no option about it. Logbo picks up his first contribution. A nice little back pass. Ben Segur, who hasn't played a couple of games. He has been injured for the last 3 or 4 games. So he hasn't really been featured. Faid, Kari, back to the usual centre pairing that those two have. Bitsuabi looking for opportunities here. Running down that left-hand side. Goes down to the byline. A beautiful run in. Logbo with the header. And that was our first real chance, guys. That was our first real chance. We've brought him back in Kari. Nasir hasn't had the best of game. Neither has Ben Segur. But of course, Ben Segur, I'm still apprehensive about playing him often. But I am going to make that swap and bring in Perret off the bench. I'm bringing Garo. No, I can't bring in Garo. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually leave him on there because I don't really have... You know what? I'm going to try something controversial, yeah. We're going to bring on Fatty. And we're going to bring in Efakele into the attacking midfield role. Efakele is sort of like a utility man that can play sort of any position up front. So I'm going to try him there and attacking midfield role just to help out because Spencer not having the best of game. Bekele hasn't had the best of game either, so maybe it can help just trigger something. We do have the free kick. Faid looking for Fatty. Can't pick him up. Kotara picks it up, coming off the bench, and he scores his first goal, but it is offside. Yeah. He's got a couple of assists, Kotara. Hasn't scored yet on that left-hand side, but that is positive, I guess, that we have managed to put the ball in the back of the net or be offside. The fence is looking a little bit better with Bastuabi and Zeze in the center. Fakele looking for Fatty. Can't pick him up. Fakele loses out again. Braithwaite comes through now with Chuma running through the defense quite easily. Karin can't get the tackle in there. Darmey on the wing has already scored one. Goes for the chance to the near post. Revere makes the save this time on the near post. I'm not going to say that name. You can just guess what it is. Just in case. Fatty clears out there. Beautiful clearance there. And that'll be the end of the highlight. It's not going ideal for us, guys, in the Coupe de France, which just doesn't bode well for the next 3 games as well, because we are struggling just for form at the moment. Like, I just need to know what I'm doing wrong. If you guys know what I'm doing wrong, leave it in the comments. Because I've got the good team. I've got the right sort of players. They're just not developing as well as I'd hoped, to be completely honest with you guys. It hasn't been great. Really, really hasn't been great. They've got a corner now again. This time in Logbo, tall man clears it out. Fatty with the second clearance as far as the halfway line, but Kadara brings it back. They've got the possession now, and they're going to end off there. And I think, guys, this is it. With 3 minutes left of the game, we can just score one. At least just get some sort of, something from this game, I guess. The silver lining, but they've got the possession again. Darmey has been causing a whole bunch of problems. And Martin Braithwaite scores his first goal of the season. I think that was a transfer they did in the week ago or so in the January transfer market. It's 3-0. We're out of the Coupe de France. So I think we might be out of a job by the end of the season, guys. It was a fun challenge. And one that I probably will try again off camera, because I don't want to go through this frustration with you guys again. I don't know. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. All right. We said we're coming back for the Porto game. I'm going to play the Marseille game as well as the Strasbourg game. 4th and 2nd, respectively. Let's see what happens. If there's any good things, I'll show you the highlights in those games. We'll just do that quick. But let's go play those games. I'm so out of it right now. Faid's suspended for the next game. Wow. Well, like I suspected, guys, coming a little bit before the Porto game, the board wanted to discuss the performances. I think the team has played so badly. Just had difficult run of games recently. Would that help? You plan to improve. Okay. I think I'm going to change tactics. That's what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to just do that. Give me basically a month. We are going to change tactics. Let me see what I can cook up here for the Porto game. We'll come back for that Porto game. Let me see what I can cook. This is what we're going with. This is the tactic I've decided. This is the old Arcadia Shepherds tactic that I used in the beginning of the Vuvuzela Victories Challenge, which I haven't forgotten about, guys. I am planning on coming back to that, by the way. Maybe after the series is finished. But this is what we're lining up with. This is how we're going to go. I'm going to risk Logbo. He is not 100% fit yet, but I'm going to trust him up front. Benziger on the right-hand side as playing as a winger, with Ifakele as an inverted winger. Then we're going to go with Mazala, with Lesur and Kari as the ball-winning midfielder. And then we're going to play as Fade as a halfback, just to help the defense out a bit. And then we're going to go with Zeze, Batshuabi, Katare, and Kabedi, all playing out there. Katare will be the wing back because he's an inverted, so he'll get forward. And then the fullback to help the winger out. That's the idea. Let's see if this works. Kickoff is underway, and I did notice just now as I kick off that Neymar plays as a left mid for them. That's interesting. Also have the wonder kid Adama Ngalo as the centre backs. Very, very good players. Galeno is also a very, very good one. Of course, we know Taremi is their main striker. He's fantastic, isn't he? He's such a good player. Type of player that I'd love to, just have for the squad. Valenson's just run right through the defense there, but a good save from Rivera. I'm going to be relying a lot on our defense today. I've tried to just, instead of playing defending, try and just be, one way direct forward, get it up. No messing around. That's a poor tackle. Surely a yellow. Surely? No, not even a yellow. How? That's shocking. I think he got away with Equasito, got a little bit lucky there. Kumbedi picks up the ball in the midfield. He goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Smart move. Rebuild from there. Abu. Lesur. Good ball across to Quatara. Fakele. Lesur. Fakele. Beautiful. The inside winger. Back to Lesur. Takes the shot. Just goes wide of the target. That's more positive, though. That is way more positive than what we've had in the last few games. Kari gives it away. I thought it made it all the way to Logbo. I was like, oh, that's impressive. And then it just didn't. Jean Mario on the wing has acres of space to operate. Goes for the short cross to Galeno. Easy little tap in for Evanson in the end. That was very poor defending. I think that was Katara on the left there. Just let him run through. Didn't close him down. And when he did close him down, it left Galeo right open. Who's that? That should be your man. Who are you? Faid, you should have had Galano there. You should have pushed him wide. That was just shocking defense, wasn't it? And look how open he was in there. You're not covering your man, Zeze. You need to cover your man. That was poor. Maybe Porto isn't the best team that we can try and get our results back. We go for the corner. Zeze with an aim. Faid picks up the rebound. Referee seen something. The flag went up. It's not going to count. Didn't realize I was playing it so zoomed out. I mean, that's weird. Zoom in it better. It's been disallowed. We don't even get a replay. We do get a replay. The Sir came in. Where was Faid? How? I mean, more of that, though. We need more of that. We need way more of that. That's much better, though. Much, much better. In terms of just defensively, we've been actually quite good. So I'm quite impressed with how we're running so far. Logbo and Benziger are looking exhausted out there. Yeah, we haven't taken that many shots, but we have played a little bit better. It is only 1-0. I'm going to shout at the team to sort themselves out. I'm going to give Logbo and Benziger a few more minutes just to try and do something. Qatar is also looking a bit worse for wear. I think it may be time to do some swaps. Let's see what happens with this highlight. Kari comes in back to Zeze. Zeze looking for options. We'll probably go back to Kari. Kari can run for it. Nico picks up the loose ball, though. The first touch wasn't great from Kari. They're playing around a little bit at the back. They've got some time just to waste a little bit, don't they? Neymar loses almost out there, but he gets the recovery quite well. It's Neymar, of course. That's over the top there, but Katara back to defend nicely. Lasseur picking up options now. Goes to Efekele's blocked in there. Had no options. Good defending from João Mario. Literally just blocked Efekele from any pass that was needed to do there. Ngalo comes down for Cardona. Back down to Neymar. Neymar on the wing. Cuts inside. Medi goes for the long-range effort. Hits the crossbar. Zeze's clearance is not great. Borges, their substitute, comes on. Kari will just launch it into Rosette as far as possible. And we've managed to recover. Okay. We're going to make some swaps. Logbo is looking tired. Benziger is looking very tired. I'm going to bring in Kante to take on Logbo. Benziger, I'm going to bring in Perret on that wing. I think he can play wing quite well, actually. So I'm going to try him there. Elsewhere, Katara not looking 100%. I'm going to bring in Gomez. And then I'm going to bring Gomez into the center. And then swap Zeze and Gomez around. Gomez is a much better ball-playing defender as well than Zeze. I'm going to do that for now. I'm going to keep an eye on Kari as well. He's also not looking 100% fit. Maybe bring in Cabral and then move Fayed into that position. But I'm going to let it run for a few more minutes. Let's see how those swaps happen. We do have the ball here with Efekele. I think this is just the highlight from the substitutes. Or is this going to result in something? Curry picks up Benziger. Mbedi goes through to the top. Logbo just couldn't get it. Ngalo, very tall man. Mbedi tries again, this time to Benziger, whose first touch is not great. This is the highlight just bubbling around in the box. Ngalo now goes forward again. Guatiso and Neymar looking for options. Medi picked up. Evalenson is onside. Great save from Rivera. And the flag does go up eventually there for the offside. Let's see if these three substitutes can help a little bit in the squad, get a little bit more forward momentum. I'm going to bring on that other swap. Kari is looking very, very tired out there. Playing well, but just looking a bit. Lasseur's also looking a bit tired, eh? You know what? I'm going to take Lasseur off instead for Cabral. And then I'm going to leave Cabral as the Mazzala. I think that should be fine. Mbedi not looking great. We'll bring on Morales just for that final swap as well. Oh, big game, yeah. 1-0 in the essence of things isn't bad. But if we can snatch a draw from somewhere, we haven't looked great going forward. Perret now has the ball on the wing, goes to the back post. Efekele's header is blocked by the defender. Kante plays it short. This is Efekele now. Goes to the back post. Morales took a deflection off his own player and goes out for a goal kick. Not looking fantastic, is it, guys? We're going to end it here, though. I feel like Porto is going to pick up the victory unless we can do something in the last few moments of the game. 4 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. It's done. We lose the game at 1-0, but in the grand scheme of things, not a bad performance from the team. I'm going to say I'm not happy with that because they need to do better. But I feel like we might be sacked after this, guys. What I'm going to do, though... Yeah. Let's do this meeting. Ignore the form. Give me a month. Okay. That's the best option that we have. We've got 1 month. What I'm going to do, because it is now, wait. We're going to come back in a month's time. I'm not going to end the video here. We're going to come back in a month's time. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to play these games. This might be a longer video, but let's play these games and see what happens with this new tactic. Well, folks, I tried. It just wasn't very good. Yeah, I'm sacked. We had a good run. We won 51% of our games. We're going to do a little recap in this final episode, I guess, of the Monaco Youth Challenge. What I am going to do is just talk about the different teams, see how we did, all of that. A whole bunch of Exodus goes with the staff as well. Thank you guys for your support. We are going to just go a little bit into the future. We're going to go to the end of the season for Monaco, see how they do towards the end. They changed the tactic yet? We can have a look at it. So just to give you guys an idea of how it ended, we've got to look at the schedule. Of course, last time we saw was the Porto 1-0 loss. I did then go on to 3 losses after the Porto game where we lost 6-0. I changed that tactic again. Back to the old mad scientist tactic. We had produced 2 goals against Rennes, but it wasn't enough. We landed up winning the last 2 games, 3-2 and Auxerre 2-1. The board weren't happy with the string of results. Of course, in that month that progressed, we had 3 losses and 2 wins. So maybe a little bit too late. Maybe I should have changed it for the Porto game in the Champions League. We had a 6-0 drumming, though. It's absolutely terrible. I thought they might give me till the end of the season with those 2 wins, but alas, I was absolutely wrong. He's brought in a whole bunch of new under 20, a whole bunch of players into the squad as well, I see by the looks of it. Has he changed the tactic? No, he hasn't changed the tactic or anything like that. So let's go. Let's progress a little bit into the future and see what happens. Of course, so by the end of the season, they managed to get Claude Puel back at Monaco. Did manage them when back in 2000, 2001 was the last time they won the championship. So there you go. How did they do, though? That is the question. Let's click on Monaco. Let's see where they finished. They did finish 10th in Ligue 1. That's where I got sacked. So in terms of their schedule, how did they go? How did they do? Let's see. They went on to draw with Lyon 1-1. Then lost to Toulouse 2-0. Drew with Troyes. Lost to Brest. Beat Nantes 3-1, which is nice. Drew with Stade Reims. Beat Angers. And lost to PSG. In terms of their tactic, what did they use? This is the sort of the formation they went with. Interesting that they went with Conte and Bobare up front. Oh, Logbo made it to the French team. That's really cool. Bensegur made it to the French team. Ifekele made it to the French team. And Kari made it to the French team. Wow, that's actually really cool. That's really cool. But yeah, this is pretty much what they went with. In terms of goals, Logbo and Bensegur obviously were the top. Perret with 10. That's not bad. He was on loan, so he doesn't count. The assists dried up a little bit from when we left there, so it wasn't too bad. Of course, didn't use anyone over the age of 22. He used Logbo, of course, towards the end of the season, because Logbo was turning in May. The last 2 games he used Logbo, I guess, but that is something we were keeping an eye on. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I'm actually curious if I just keep going. Would Monaco ever win the league? But it's not going to count because they haven't done it with the under-21, and new manager won't do it with the under-21 guys. So, yeah. Well, on that disappointing bombshell of that match, it is the end of the Monaco Youth Challenge. Unsuccessful challenge on my part, which is a bit sad. I was really hoping I could do it. I'm going to try it again, maybe off camera. I did have fun. For most part of it, it wasn't a great challenge to be part of, especially the fact that you had to get rid of all the 21-year-old, 22-year-olds. Really makes it super difficult. The fact that you can only choose, nationality players, that's fine. That didn't really bother me. The biggest issue was just trying to develop young, good talent quickly, especially when you only have 5 seasons to do so. It's really difficult, and the fact remains is that sometimes you just need some more veteran players to help you get over that line. You need guys on their peak. And as they once famously said, you can't win a trophy with kids. I think I proved that. Anyway, if you like all this content and stuff, hit subscribe, get notified. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Thank you so much for watching the series along with me. I think we made it to about 15 episodes, so thank you so much, guys. In terms of what's next, there is more Football Manager coming up. I have left a little hint in the video, so if you didn't pick up that hint, go back and watch it and find out what I said about what's coming up next. Anyway, from me, though, your boy, the Vazslap. Till next time, peace. Chicken grease.